Hey there and welcome back to Sea Power. Today we have a new scenario as part of the all-out war mini-campaign. 2 days ago, a British submarine successfully hit the mighty Kirov battlecruiser with a torpedo near Iceland. The Kirov and its escort have since been steaming at flank speed back towards the Soviet Union. You must find and destroy the Kirov and its escort. The Kirov is still running at flank speed despite the torpedo hit. That's impressive. There's a good chance it didn't take a lot of damage. Its escort, the Slava-class Marshal Ustinov, is very much operational. No submarine threat is expected. Yes, might not be expected, doesn't mean it's not there. Immediate actions. Find and destroy the Kirov. You're allowed to fire at will. Be aware there is civilian traffic in the area. The Enterprise and the two Burks must survive. Okay then, let's see if we can find this modern-day Bismarck, as they call it. The Enterprise over here is escorted by the Arleigh Burke, by cruiser Yorktown, by destroyer Cole, by Perry Stark, and by Spruance, Spruance John Rogers. Okay, what do we know about our immediate surroundings? Because we are using radar. We have one semi-small radar contact. Identify yourself at once. Does not respond. Fisherman sleeping on the job. Oh, I got the Louisville here. That's nice. This is a modern LA class Flight 2. So I get the high-end Tomahawks. I get the high-end ATCAPs. Nice. She's cruising around at 9 knots. Range is about 400 miles from the Enterprise. Yeah, okay. Now, let's start getting some eyes in the sky, because that is going to make our observation a lot easier. Recon bird. There are no known submarines in the area. Doesn't mean there are no submarines in the area. There's a significant difference there. As for my strike capability, I think it's going to come down to the A6s with their anti-ship heavy loadout. So that's 4 harpoons a pop, meaning that with 11 birds I can fire 44 harpoons. For a Kirov, in a damaged state, I'm not so sure if they're going to care that much. So it will also have to launch an EA-6B, capable of jamming them. And yeah, the A7s, they got a seat loadout. Maybe I can use that. Let's send a flight of 4 A7s with seed. The plan there is to use them to blind the enemy observation, so to blind their radar capabilities. And then we're going to send out, well, all the A6s. In a couple of flights, carrying the anti-ship heavy loadout. So, harpoons. Also preparing for flight is 2 EA-6Bs with with strike. I think in seat capability they also get the electronic warfare module. So let's get 4 of those out. Actually 3. I'm going to keep one in reserve in case my carrier comes under attack. And F-14s, I'm not sure I need those. But then again, it is entirely possible that the Soviets will launch some sort of aircraft to try and keep their heavy, their battlecruiser safe. So, air-to-air intercept. I'll take a flight of a couple of F-14s, and that should keep the flight deck busy for a good while. Louisville is currently operating at a depth of 95 feet. We're going to slow her down to 1/3. I'm going to go to periscope depth. I'm going to raise the ESN mast. I want to see if I can find anything from my current position. We have one Hawkeye already up. Okay, let's go up. With your operational ceiling. I'm gonna wait a little bit before I turn on the radar. Although, arguably, I've already wasted MCON a while ago. Seeing as these guys are all using their air search and surface search. I'm gonna deploy the towed array directly into the Rogers. It's not really going to do much, is it? I want to deploy your towed arrays, though. What? Oh, we're doing 27 knots. We're too fast for the towed. Okay, fine. Louisville. Raise the ESM mast.
Raise the ESM mast.
Let's see if there's anything out there using active radar. Not presently. Alright.
Lower the ESM mast.
Is there anything not using ESM but visual? Upscope? Nope, there is not.
Downscope.
Okay. Fine, make your way below the layer.
Depth 3, 4, 6.
Banger 1, get out there. Dragonflight, this is the Shrikes. So, a couple of Shrikes mounted on these dragon birds. A7s. I'm not exactly sure where they are, but I'm expecting them to head east as they're running back towards the Soviet Union at flank speed. So, it's going to be interesting to see if I can catch them. I think I can. First, we've got to find them. Inbound, hostile missiles. Origin, not quite clear, but we're seeing them come in along this axis. So they know where we are. And they're already popping missiles at me. I'm not sure how they managed to spot me. That is a very interesting question. Because there were no reported submarines around. However, Magic, since you're out here anyway, might as well engage the offensive ECM and see if we can blind those missiles a bit.
Roger.
As you can see, lots of flights just coming off the flight deck. Magic, turn on your jammers. Over here we got the last of the F-14, switch it to 1-4. Now I want to launch that other Magic. We can have a bit more magic in our lives. This is going to be a pure electronic warfare bird, just there to jam incoming missiles as they are making their way over to the carrier group. I doubt that this is our contact, this is our guy. Because it's not going fast enough. It's doing 7 knots, which doesn't line up with the target profile. Now, given that these are SSN-12Bs, I think they came off of that cruiser. Let's see if I'm right. Because that also tells me what sort of range we're looking at. What was it? A Slava? SSN-12. Yeah, and the SSN-12B is the modernized Slava with a range of 400 miles. Good lord. So we detected them around here. Cool, so we got a fairly large search area. At least we know it's going to be somewhere along this axis. That helps. So let's extend that and say we're going to have to search in that general direction. Alright, that's going to make my life a little easier. Louisville, I want you to run north at full speed. Go deep. We're probably going to see missiles coming off of the destroyers and the Yorktown fairly soon. There we go. Now, the Yorktown is a Ticonderoga 1989 refit, so they do come with some more advanced toys, such as the Block 2, capable of intercepting missiles at 90 miles. Well, intercepting air targets, that is. Oh! And you are? Can you talk to this guy? Oh, hold on, we got a new marking. Here. Hold up, I'm gonna remove this range circle. Because seeing as we detected them... Come on, go away. Seeing as we detected them there... They're not quite launching at the maximum range, but we're getting close. Interesting. Oh, you son of a bitch. That's your spotter. Right there.
Bulldog away. Track 70.
Take no prisoners.
70.
Kill the fucker.
1.
Spy ship. An Oki and M. That's how they're spotting me. That's how they're detecting me. That's what's feeding information into these missiles. Or rather, into these launch platforms, of course. You piece of shit. Posing as a merchant. And yet. Ah, see? And there's another Tu-95. Which one is which? Wichita. No pun intended. Go after that Tu-95. There's another SSN-19 being launched. I can see them down there. Okay, so that's a somewhat scummy way of finding out where the enemy is. But now we know. At least we're going to have to get some form of detection on them.
Roger.
What's our range?
080.
210 miles. Okay. I think that we have way more capabilities intercepting those missiles than they have of hurting us. So this shouldn't be that much of a difficult mission. If nothing unexpected comes in. But this is sea power, and something unexpected does have a fairly decent chance of coming in, depending on the content creator, or rather the scenario creator and their creativity.
070.
So they're probably racing northeast. Get over there. Good, that's gonna take you forever. Head flank, no cavitation. Ordered speed, 36. Now, get rid of this spy ship. It's not the only spotter, because that Tu-95 is also a problem. But it's a bit more manageable. Now that the Tu-95 is about 250 miles out, it's not that likely to really be that big of a deal. And this little bastard here is done.
Track 7001.
And we're going to give it a second harpoon just for good measure and to show our displeasure. There. Now, the lizards. These guys, capable of launching harpoons. Well, let's just kind of push them back along the same vector. We can launch out to 65 miles. The dragons are going to come in early. They have less range. They got 25 mile range. And they're there to just disrupt enemy radars. We have Lizard 5. You're going to hit there. We got Lizard 9. You're going to hit there. Magic is still jamming, ideally. One thing I have so far neglected to do is launch anything capable of detecting submarines. So let's send an S3 out. Possibly 2. Because I simply don't trust that there are no submarines around. The fact that they're not expected is a very sizable gap in the scenario, if you will. Because, well, they might not be expected. Yeah, nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition either, but there they are. Wichita, what's your ETA? 1933. It's about 20 minutes flight. Okay. I'm gonna get there fast. The faster we can kill this thing off, the fewer missiles we'll have to defend against. Speaking of, a couple of RIM 66 coming up to meet this missile. I think it's just the one. What's your radar range? Banger 1. About 250 miles. Ugh. Here it comes again. More SSN-12s. Yeah, they launched those when the Okean still had sight on me. So, that makes sense, I guess. Let's go intercept that SSN-19. Got him. Beautiful. Well done. Louisville running 36 knots, bound to arrive in about 7 hours. So, she's going to be at about the same speed or faster than the enemy Kirov. It really depends on what sort of sea state we're getting. I'm not so sure what our top speed is. Like looks like we have an order speed of 31, but not everybody can do that. So our speed is actually a little lower than that. S3 Vikings launched, and just one more time, because the one video I don't mention it, people are going to ask, hold on, how did you automatically drop a sonobuoy pattern? Here's how. Step 1. Identify what sort of range you want to have your sonobuoys at. I'm going to say about 15 mile range, because it'll take them a while to get those sonobuoys deployed. Step 2. Have one of your S3 Vikings selected and click on the sonobuoys and then hold Alt and right click, and immediately you got a whole sonobuoy spread. What I tend to do then is figure out what the lower 3 sonobuoys are going to be. That's where I mark them with the X. and then I hold Alt again, I'm going to say I want the rest of the sonobuoys there, and ta-da! You get a very nice big sonobuoy spread. And this means I don't have to manually do that. That just saves you a lot of time. Tu-95, are you not in range? 50 miles. Almost. Looks like we're getting, what, 3 to 6 more missiles coming in? Magic still... yeah, there's a bit more. There's a bit more. Alright. Magic 4.
Roger.
Which is stay in front of the fleet.
073.
We still don't have anything here. And again, Banger is not a very fast plane. It's doing 231 knots. I'm not so sure it can even detect things. Well, it arguably could detect them as far away as 250. So yeah, it's going to be just getting towards the target for now. Time for the Tomcats to make their presence known. Formation. Search radars. Sensors. Air search. And we're going to execute.
Fox 3.
Missile away. I would ideally have the whole formation launch another missile, because they tend to just get eliminated
Fox 3.
by virtue of their enemy decoys, chaffs, and other nonsense. So I tend to fire one missile and then try to fire another. And seeing as I'm not really expecting another target, well, we got plenty of missiles. Might as well. As for those inbound missiles, this is going to get met by at least a couple of RIM 66 Golf.
On station.
Coming off of the cruiser here. Yorktown is getting busy launching some missiles.
Buoy away.
With the Yorktown, I always feel like the harpoons are such an afterthought. Like, oh, yeah, we had some room at the back of the ship. Why not? Just, you know, put them over there, where they don't bother anybody.
030.
Oh, hello. We're getting EMM missions from this guy? That's pretty brazen. That's pretty brazen. So that's most likely the Slava. I can remove this one. I can remove this line, because I now know where they are.
Buoy away.
And I can remove that vector. There we go. If this is 1, that's the Kirov. Okay then. This is when the things are going to get interesting. First though, we're going to squash that bird. And we're going to make sure that they don't get any other detections on me. There's one decoy missile and there's another.
Fox 3.
Fine. Wichita 1-4. Get in the fight.
Fox 3.
Okay, so order of battle. First, it's going to have to be the Magic Flight, because they need to start jamming things. So they need to get fairly close in order to be successful at that job. They're also going to throw in 6 Shrikes. We're then going to have Dragon 1 fly in, and have these guys fly in low, because they need to stay low in order to mask their approach, as their range is very limited. Not with the Sidewinder, with the Shrike, for 25 miles. Which very much puts you way inside the enemy's range. Oh, that's lovely. Some parting gifts from the Kirov just before it dies. These guys need to come in low. And people,
Engaging track 701.
like, what the hell?
Track 702.
Get with the program and eliminate that aircraft.
Weapon at buoy away.
I don't care who does it, I need that aircraft eliminated.
70.
Get behind it, throw a Sparrow at it, throw a Sidewinder at it, just get it done.
010. Fox 1.
Gotcha. Thank you.
0. Roger.
Alright then.
287.
You, return to formation. Alright, so that's that. Now we're going to have a look and see if we can detect that helicopter that they have about.
0. Roger.
They're heading south?
076. Turn to
Interesting.
course.
Louisville, change
Turn to
course.
298. Hell my.
Magic 4 is going to be pretty busy trying to jam all of those incoming missiles.
Buoy away.
And I'm not sure if it was the Tu-95 that was detecting everything. What's the range? 180 miles. It's possible that they detected that. What's the range from Bangor to them? 233. Yeah, it's probably the Tu-95 that spotted me then. Alright. Yep, here comes the missile. SSN-12 Bravo. Okay. Not terribly worried about that. Alright, as for these Sonobuoy boys, the Sonobuoys, we're gonna put another Sonobuoy spread over there. I don't quite like that location. You gotta be careful when you're relocating / deleting these waypoints, because if you delete too many, you might find that you need to do the whole thing all over again. There, buoy away. And after you're done here, get to work there. Nice. Right. Time to wait for those aircraft to get closer. Yorktown is now defending the Terrier task group. Yes, it's a dog. It's a wolf pack. No, it's defending the Carrier task group against all of these incoming SSN-19s. That's a lot of shipwrecks coming in. Thankfully, they're being jammed. I'm not sure if they're going to really need to be jammed, because the Yorktown and her friends are so good at eliminating all of these missiles that I'm not very... Look at that. That's the Burke going off against it. That I'm not that concerned that these missiles are really going to be that big of a deal. Nevertheless, it just generally pays to be safer, or on the side of caution, especially when very, very valuable warships are involved. And of course, we are not allowed to lose any of the Burkes or the Carrier. For some reason, the Yorktown is considered expendable. But we shall not inform them of that. As for my plan to get rid of the Kirov and her friend, they are only getting detected by my radar, so they're not radiating themselves. This means I'm going to change my attack plan slightly. I'm going to have the Lizards, that's the A6s, line up. We're going to throw the missiles out there. We're going to also fly in with Magic 1 and Dragon 1. And the Magics are going to start jamming. There isn't that much to jam, because they're not actively using their radar. For now. But once they start to see those missiles come in, that's when we're going to throw out the jamming. That's when the jamming is going to be successful or effective. And that also means that they might turn their radars on, and that the Dragonflight, so that's the A7s, are going to be able to throw their Shrikes into the mix. When the Shrikes actually hit the radars, which by that time are active, that means those radars are going to be instantly turned off, one way or another, and the Harpoons should go through. That's the attack plan for now. If the attack plan works as intended, it is also going to be a little safer to fly in with the Rockeyes, the CBU-100 cluster bombs, and just pummel one of those ships into complete submission. Now, how are we doing? We got a massive wall of Sonobuoys, but don't let that distract you. We are looking at a range of 40-ish miles. Yeah, 40, 45. We're already getting some intercepts here and there. Look at the wall of missiles we're sending back. Let me just hide the Sonobuoys for now. That's that's a lot of missiles being sent back. Have at it. Intercept it. Intercept it. A couple of them are getting a little closer. Magic is jamming. Altitude 56 feet. They're very, very low to the ground. Sea skimming. Range 16 miles. They're closing in 1,000 miles an hour. I'm gonna be here very, very soon. Intercept it. Intercept it. Another. Nope, that was not for you. You then. Got him. Oh, beautiful. 3 more that we know of. No joy. Magic 4 is at this point almost too close, not capable of jamming them as much. Yeah, we lost the jamming capability. And there's more of them inbound. Intercepted all of them so far. Last one. Boom. Okay. Cool story. My turn. Here goes. All elements are in position. We have Dragonflight 1 fairly far forward, but unfortunately no active radars yet, so just a few loiter. Magic 2 jamming from this direction. Magic 1 jamming from northwest. Lizard Flight 1 is going to attack the Kirov. We're going to strike these things at the same time, so the farthest away asset has to go first. That's 62 miles, 59 miles. Okay, execute. We're going to start launching all missiles. So that is Salvo 8 against Slava. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 16 missiles going for the Slava. Now, Lizard 5, join the fray. We're going to throw a salvo of 2 against the Slava. 1, 2. We're going to throw another salvo of 2 against Kirov. Lizard 1, we're going to throw everything against the Kirov. Salvo 8, execute. Magic 1, close the distance. Magic 2, close the distance. Magic 3, close the distance. Dragon 1, hold. I have range. I just need to wait for these guys to actually activate their radar, because at the moment they're not that useful. These dragons. Now, giving the enemy 3 different vectors where they're going to be expecting missiles from is going to be a bit of a difficult situation for them to deal with. Oh, lovely. Wichita, deal with that. Tu-22 flight. At present, only 2, but... Nope. Make that 3. We're gonna have to deal with that guy too. There is something else out here. Banger, can you talk to him? Not responding. Enterprise, launch a flight of F-14s to intercepts and have a look at exactly what those things are. Air-to-air intercept. Missiles currently 50 miles out. 53. 49. They're going to arrive pretty much at the same time. I only hope that we actually get the spread that we like, so that we don't slam everything into Slava. It is a very capable platform, and you can see all their VLS down there. That's what they're going to use to try and eliminate my missiles. So that'll be fun. Because they're not running their radar, it kind of works both ways. I cannot eliminate their radar, but they also don't see my aircraft. They don't see the Dragonflight. So at present, there's not that much that I can actively do against them. But the moment that they start spotting those missiles is the moment that everything starts to get a lot more interesting. 35 miles out. The reason I'm pushing in with these magics is because they also carry strikes, and I want to hit them from every different angle with additional strikes in case they turn on their radar. As those missiles are closing in, how are we doing on the flight deck? Wichita 5, preparing to take off. Because I don't like that one aircraft. It's an altitude of 35,000 heading southwest. It could very well just be a normal airliner, but as it's not talking to me, and the Soviets might still have more observation platforms, I would like to know about that right about now, rather than later. And here we go. Always love the shot of the aircraft coming off the carrier. You can also see the second flight preparing, or rather their wingman, which has to be Wichita 5-2. And there we go. Hold on. Thank you. Okay. So what's the status here? Magic 2. That's close enough. Magic 1. Slightly closer. Magic 3. You're still out of range. Missile range, 37 miles. Let's get to it then. 36 miles. Altitude for these is 37,000. We're at 37,000. Excellent. No prisoners. Move to eliminate.
On station.
Gentlemen, which is 5.
Turn 1.
Give me a VID.
VID track.
Got a 37.
Roger. Go to altitude 3.
Range
0.
35.
0.
30.
On station.
30-mile range. Now the good news is, these missiles are relatively slow at 567 knots, compared to the Shrikes, which are very fast. They're doing 2,646 knots, so if they turn on their radar, and my aircraft are slightly behind that missile storm, that's fine, because I can easily have those missiles overtake the harpoons, which are currently passing them. New radar contact, 7156. Well, they keep adding to this flight. Okay then. Wichita's not quite in range yet.
Roger.
We've still got a couple of missiles.
92.
Come on, I want you to turn on your radar. I want you to do it. So I can shut them down. I'd rather I have control over your radars than you do.
6. 3.
20 miles. Missiles are going to be approximately 17, 18 miles out. Come on. If all of these aircraft are doing what they should be doing, then
1.
all these guys are going to be seeing is static.
Engage track. Roger. Turn 0. Roger. Turn 0. 1. 6.
Oh, these guys are almost out of fuel.
Roger.
Go with them.
0. 5. 5.
Status down here. That's too far. Come on, turn your radar on. How much time you got? 9 miles. There you go. Radar active. Send it. Single shot. Target's lava. Execute. Magic. Double tap him. Double tap this lava.
Engage track 7. 0.
1.
3. I'm in hot. Dropping tanks.
Yeah, cool. Drop your other Shrike on him as well.
Engaging track 7. 0. 3.
Magic
5.
3.
Roger. RTB.
Throw your Shrikes. The Kirov is not yet radiating. It's just this lava. Look at these missiles. 2100 knots. Very quickly overtaking the harpoons. Magic 1's too far. No, actually they're not too far. But I'm going to kind of save Magic 1 and the remainder of Dragon 1 in case the Kirov decides to activate their radars. At this point, I'm expecting to see missiles come off of these ships. Because they're about to reach their burn through, at least for Slava. Oh, some missiles are reoriented. Okay, here come the AGM-45s, that's the Shrikes. These are very fast and thus very difficult to stop. Missed! All of them missed. Come on, it was such a nice plan. We're getting some missiles getting intercepted by 130mm and 100mm guns. Another AGM-45 flying in. Pop chaff. This is a Shrike.
On station.
So anti-radiation.
Hit track.
Well, we hit something.
On station. On station.
That big search radar is still active. The Kirov still hasn't activated their radar. Oh, they have. They have activated their radars. What the hell? There you go. He did. There's no two ways about that. That did a lot of damage. Slava then. That Slava got hit by a lot of missiles.
Hit track 7. 0. 3.
I'm surprised they're still here, to be honest.
Roger. RTB.
I mean, they were hit so hard. Okay, let's turn our attention to Wichita, which should now be in range. Wichita, new orders. Formation orders, air defense weapons free, execute.
Fox 3.
Go after these targets. You can take initiative. Good people. Alright, what are we doing down here with that aircraft? We have lost said aircraft?
Air search on. Radar eye.
Interesting. Where'd you go? Is that because they're out of range of Banger 2? Maybe. Let's activate another Banger then. Let's get another E2C up. Recon loadout check. Send it. Ooh, he's going down by the stern. What about Kirov? Also going down by the stern. Fires raging aboard. Unfortunately, I didn't really get the opportunity to cluster bomb them. But okay. Oh, they're spoofing my missiles. How about that? I mean, good effort, but I don't think that you're going to be able to stop all of them.
Fox 1.
Where's that flight? That's another missile? That's an aircraft. Wait. 5 miles out? 4? There. And they decided to go for the decoys. All of them? All of them. Nope, not all of them. Got one.
4, 7.
Slava is history. Excellent. Okay, so just clean up the rest of these bombers and we should be done. Nice chaff. They actually fell for it too.
Fox 3.
Both ships have been sunk. The hunt has ended. Well done. Well, the hunt has ended, perhaps, but we still have a couple of Tu-22s that are not appearing terribly friendly. We've got another. There's 2 more inbound. Now they're going to engage with the AIM-9s. Fine.
Fox 2. Roger, RTB.
Why are you RTB? You're not Winchester. You still got a Sidewinder. Is that because you're... Oh, you're RTB, yes, but your wingmen are not. They still got all sorts of gimmicks. No. No, 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 no. That's not how it's going to go down, friend.
1, 5, 1. Engaging track.
Don't care how you do it, just get it done. Ignore your leader.
Roger, turn 0.
Which to 1-4. Engage.
Kill track.
Okay, there's another one.
1, 5.
One surviving Tu-22. Backing 3 missiles, so they could have sent 12 missiles after me. Given the amount of firepower that I carry on my ships, I still think that wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But I'd still rather eliminate these before they become that much more of a threat.
Roger, RTB.
And I think that's about it. I can take down this helicopter, but I don't really have to. That helo's gonna crash all by itself. Doesn't need any of my help. And I think that since the mission is complete, I'm going to end it here. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Let me know what your thoughts are down below, and I shall see you soon for more Sea Power.